Hi everybody, this is Alicia Markfort. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and today we are doing Endless Love Class to Go. If you're here, I would love to know if you're here. Comment on this video and I'll see that you're here. I'd love to say hi. Sorry, okay. For those of you that know me, know this. Hi, Debbie. I just turned off the TV and I just turned off General Hospital, and it was a big, like, oh my gosh. So I'm a little tongue twisted. It was like, yeah, finally we can move on and we know who shot Drew. But anyway, that's why I was like, oh, I hit live and I'm like, I don't even know what to say because all I'm thinking about is General Hospital. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. Yes, Debbie, exactly. Me too. Me too. Enough already. Hi, Lori. How are you? Okay, so today we are going to do Endless Love Class to Go. And this is a new suite from the new mini catalog. So I'm going to flip my camera to my desktop. Okay, so here we have the new and shiny new catalog. Yay! Okay, so this is, if you're watching this and you do not have a catalog, let me know, put it in the comments, send me an email, send me a message through Facebook, however you get a hold of me, my website, email me. I will send one to you for free. This is the January through April 2026. Yes, 2026 new mini catalog. And in my world, this is the spring catalog. This is, well, Valentine's isn't really spring, but it's Valentine's and Easter and spring and flowers and wedding and just so refreshing for winter. So if you have your catalog and you turn to page 30, this shows the suite right here for Endless Love. It is called the Made with Love suite. This has fantastic things included in this suite. Has a beautiful Stampin' die set, has an embossing folder, it has loose shaker embellishments, it has a beautiful bubble bath faux linen ribbon, and it has gusseted bags for Valentine's treats. And I haven't done it yet, but I am going to attempt. I saw where somebody took these gusseted bags and they made it into like a gift bag. They take them apart and put them back together, and it was super, super cute. So that might be something you'll see on Coffee Break and Cards with Lish. And if you flip the page, it keeps going on page 32 and 33. They show things that you can do with the embossing folder, with the brayer and your ink pad. If you have the mini alphabet dies, add like this right here, sending you as a stamp. The XOXO is the die from this Endless Love. And then hello is from the mini alphabet dies. So that's neat. Oh, and here's that bag I was talking about where they took apart and then they even did some blending on it. I think this is so, so cool with the gusseted bag. So I want to try this, and if I can do it, I will definitely share it with you. Okay, so let me grab my box of goodies here. This is everything that we're using today. I just wanted to show you quickly, this is the Endless Love 3D embossing folder. And then this is one of those gusseted bags. It's so cool. I love it that it has the red on the gusset part instead of just white. I thought that was so cool. great detail than this. Obviously, there's score lines. You can fold it. Here's the twisty, kind of like it reminds me of if you drink coffee, the Caribou coffee, things like that. They have that twisty that's attached, and you can just roll it over and twist it. And then here is the ribbon. It is the Bubble Bath faux linen thread. I think I really like it. And then these are the embellishments. Yeah, they're embellishments. They're called Loose Valentine Assortment, and they are so cool. And there's hearts, and there's lips, and there's these little envelopes with the heart seal on them, and then it has the little sprinkle confetti in there. And we will be using this today. And it is just, I mean, they're not self-adhesive, they're shaker elements, so we will have to add adhesive onto our projects, but that's not a big deal. This is our stamp set. These are our kits. I have all my blocks loaded up with stamps and ready to go. And this is the new packaging for the stamp sets. You would get a stamp set and another, I don't have it because I take it apart, but this one would have the dies in it. Okay? But it would look like this. But I combine mine into one and I use a magnet sheet. And then I just fold the flap in. That's why that looks a little goofy right here. But this would be the stamp set. This is the dies. Okay? Lori, I'm happy I ordered the DSP folder and bits. Yes, yes. They will go fast. I am very sure on that. Okay, so here's my stamps. Here's my dies. Get this out of the way. Okay, so we're using quite a few of the stamps. This is what I have not loaded. These are the dies that come with the stamp set. I love this big heart, and it has the little dots that cut out. Then there's a plain heart, a tag heart, an outline heart, all kinds of hearts. And I love these arrows. And then the XOXO, a tag. You can cut out little hearts or like in your tag, another set that you can cut out. So awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Hi, Mom. My mom says, hi, Lish, Deb, and Lori. Glad you're here, Mom. Okay, so these are the cards we're making today. This is the first one that we're going to make. This is the second one, and this is the one that I used for my sketch challenge card. If you haven't joined my group, I would love it if you would. I have a Stamping Circle Facebook group, Expressions by Lish Stamping Circle, and I am hosting a weekly challenge. And you have a week to post your card. I post what the sketch looks like, and then you make a card. And then at the end of the week, then I will put all the names that people that posted a card in a drawing, and I'll send out a prize to whoever wins a door prize. So we have this, and then we have this fun fold. I really like this one. Hugs and Kisses, and then it opens like this. So that's a fun, it's a fun fold. And then the pièce de résistance. I love this. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. This is called a frameless shaker card. Now, the reason why it's frameless is because a normal shaker card, you would have a cutout image, and then you would have a mat over the top, and it would make a frame. Like you would put your foam adhesive strips around it with a window sheet so that the shaker elements will stay in place. Okay? Oh, Lori's finishing her sketch card now. Oh, cool. I can't wait to see it. Awesome. And I saw Patty Bennett a couple years ago make something like this at Christmas time. It was 2, 3 years ago. And I kind of forgot about it. And then I don't know, I was watching, I got stuck in the Pinterest loophole, you know how that goes. And it came across again. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I never did make one of those. And I watched her video, and she had mentioned a lady's name that she saw on Instagram that made it. And now, to tell you guys, I can't remember. One of those things where, oh, I don't need to write it down. I'll remember it was an easy name. Well, you know how that goes. So anyway, so this is the front. You use one of those clear envelopes, and then when you, it's the whole top's the shaker. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. And then this is the Happy Valentine's Day. It's your card. And then you can either write on that, or you could flip it over and write a sentiment on the back, or a letter, or a note. So that's that. This is the last card we'll be making today. So let's get going, because these will take a little bit to make today. So for my Endless Love class to go, if you place an order with me for $50 or more, you will receive this class to go as a free gift from me. So I will go through when I make each card, and I will show you what you will receive as part of your kit. Okay, so the first one is right here in the upper, I think, well, it's my left, assuming it's left for you as well. So in your kit, you will receive, and so you have to, with the Endless Love dies, so that is the bundle that we're using today. So you will, if there's anything else that's die cut that's not in this bundle, I will do that. You'll receive the Designer Series paper cut. And the embossing I will do. The embossing folder comes in the suite, but it's not part of the bundle. So I will still do the embossing if like this card right here uses the embossing folder. Lori's excited to see the shaker card. Yeah, I am really excited. I've only made it one time, so let's hope. Okay, so in your kit, you'll receive a real red card base. You'll receive a stylish shapes circle and a 2-inch basic white circle that I punched with the 2-inch punch. You'll receive a piece of basic white for the inside of your card. You'll receive a piece of basic white that has been embossed. I don't know if you can see that. Isn't that pretty? With all those hearts. That will be embossed for the front of your card. You'll receive a piece of real red. I already die cut mine, but you'll receive the piece of real red cardstock to die cut your heart. You'll receive a piece of 2 pieces of Designer Series paper, one that goes to the bottom of the card, and then the strip that goes in across the middle. And then you'll receive a piece of basic white cardstock to die cut your sentiment tag, and a piece of the real red and white baker's twine for your ribbon. And you will receive in the little bits, the embellishments, the loose Valentine assortment for the hearts that I glued on as embellishments. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we always do is we score. Our card is already scored, so we're going to fold and burnish our card base so we get a nice crisp edge. And sometimes I do it on both sides so that my card lays completely flat. Then I'm going to take my embossed piece, and now you could do 5 1/4 by 4, but I just felt like it was a waste of paper because we're just going to cover it up with DSP. So I'm going to, and now use some seal. Use a light hand when using your seal when you're using embossing, because the fibers change in the paper when you run it through the embossing, and sometimes it gets a little bit weaker, and if you push too hard, sometimes you could tear your cardstock. So I'm just going to put this at the top of my card and make sure it has an even margin on the top, the left, and the right. Then I'm going to take my piece of DSP. I absolutely love this. It says X's and O's, and there's hearts in there. So, so cute. And I love the colors. It's real red, flirty flamingo, bubble bath. They're so pretty together. We're going to put some seal on this, and then we are going to make sure it's going the right way, because this is directional, because the hearts are all going the same way. We're just going to put that, but we're going to make sure it's even margin at the top, or excuse me, the bottom and the sides. There will be just a tiny little bit of gap in between, but we are going to cover that up with our other piece of DSP, and I'm using the vertical stripe. It is the back of the paper we just used. So I love the coordination with Stampin' Up's paper. It's so nice. It makes everything so easy. I didn't have to think about what should go on here because I just flipped the paper over. Okay, so we are going to put that right over the top. Then we're going to take our two circles. We're going to take this white circle and we're going to put some seal on it. And this will be punched out for you. I used the 2-inch punch, circle punch. And it does fit well with the stylish shaped dies. Okay, I'm going to flip it over and we're going to put some dimensionals on this. And we're just going to use 3 dimensionals. We're going to tear those backings off. And we are going to put this on the left-hand side of our card, close to the left, and sort of centered. Okay, then we're going to take our heart that we die cut out, and we're going to put 3 dimensionals on the back. You can use 1. I wouldn't use 1, but you could definitely just use 2 if you put 1 here and 1 here, but you don't want it to sag in the middle. Don't like saggy middles, do we? Okay, we're going to take these off. So what have you guys been up to today? I have been getting ready for all the classes I have coming up. That's what I've been doing. Okay, so you have your piece of basic white, and for time's sake, I've already die cut this out. I have my stamp already loaded on my block, and I just have to find it. And this one says today and always. And we are going to use Tuxedo Black Memento ink for our sentiment. And we are going to ink this up. Oh, Lori. Yeah, Lori and I always joke around about taking a shower because why is it such a chore? You got to talk yourself into it. Good girl. Okay, so I am going to stamp this on my tag, my sentiment tag. Okay, I'm going to close up my ink pad, or otherwise I'm going to get my arms, my fingers, everything in there. Okay, I just want to bring up, I have my tablet here in front of me too, so in case something happens with my computer system, that I have that. Okay, so we are going to take our piece of red and white baker's twine, and I am actually going to make this like a tag. So I'm just going to string this through the hole that the die cut already cut out for you. And I am going to tie a bow, just like so. And I just make sure that the knot's at the top. And I definitely cut off plenty of twine here. But I always like to have more than less because it's easier to futz around with it to get it exactly how you want. Because if it's too short, then you're just, there's nothing to play with. So I know it's a little bit wasteful, but okay, let's take my ribbon snips here that I have, and I'm gonna cut off the ends just like so. And we are going to put this right here. Okay, and I wanted it to hang off like a tag. I'm going to put a glue dot on the back top of my tag. Just going to take it like this and put it on there. Okay, and then I'm going to add a dimensional, and I believe I'm going to have to double decker it. Let's see. I'm going to just rest it here. Yep. So I am going to double decker my dimensionals so that everything is even Steven. Just like that. And okay, I'm going to place that here and here. So by putting the two dimensionals on here, then this is all fluid. It's not like laying down like that. So I'm going to just kind of futz with my bow a little bit more. I think my loops need to be a little bit smaller, and my little tails need to be down here. Okay, so now we are going to finish this off with our loose Valentine assortments. These are so cool. I don't know if you guys, Lori said she had them, but they're kind of rubbery. They're really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out 3 of the Flirty Flamingo colored hearts. The hearts are Flirty Flamingo Bubble Bath and white. And then the lips are the real red. They're so cute. Okay, let's get another heart out of here. Okay, so there we have our 3 hearts, and I'm going to close this so I don't spill it everywhere. That would be terrible. Okay, so then I'm going to take our liquid glue. This is our regular green glue, but I have it in a little detailed bottle that I got on Amazon. It has a little tip on it. It's just easier for me to manage. And then I'm going to just put 3 dots of glue where I know I want to place my hearts. And then I'm going to take my pick tool. Sorry. I'm going to take my pick tool and I am going to pick up my hearts. And I'm just going to put one down, and I'm going to just take my finger and make sure that it stays on the glue. And I'm going to put one here. I'm just going to make a little triangle of hearts. Put one here. I'm just going to kind of push them down a little bit, make sure that they're on there because this is an embossed layer. So you just want to give it that little extra oomph. So there's card number 1. What do you guys think? I like this one. I think it's so pretty. I love making Valentine's cards because, come on, red and pink, those are my favorite colors. This is perfect. I love it. So there's card number 1. Okay, card number 2. This is the card that I made for my sketch challenge. Okay, so this is what you'll receive. Everything will be just like you see it. It will be in the envelope, like so. Put the envelope aside. So you'll receive a Flirty Flamingo card base. You will receive, oh, I suppose I should pull the card out so we can see what we're making, huh? That would be good. Okay, so you'll receive a Flirty Flamingo card base. You'll receive a piece of the Made with Love DSP. You'll receive a piece of basic white for the inside of your card. Okay, and you'll receive a piece of DSP that has been cut with the perennial postage dies. Now, as you can see, this is not a full rectangle. The perennial postage dies did not, I really wanted to use the perennial postage dies because it just reminds me of stamps and mailing love, but it wasn't the right size. So I made it the right size. And you'll receive that. It will be cut for you. This, you'll receive a basic white mat that will go as your mat for your DSP. Okay. You'll receive a piece of Flirty Flamingo, like this, to die cut your heart, your tag heart. I have already cut that out. And you'll receive a piece of basic white for your sentiment, as well as the little embellishment assortment and the white twine. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to fold and burnish our card base. Thanks, Lori. Just like this. I'm just going to give it a good crisp edge. I love to hear that snap because then I know that my card has been put in creased. Then we're going to take your DSP, and I mean, look at this. Isn't this pretty too? I love these dots. They're so pretty. Oh, I love it. So yeah, it's kind of hard to cover up the other side, but so pretty. I love all the hearts though too. So we're putting seal on the back of this, and I just ran out of seal, but I had just enough to finish this. Now this mat covers the, I'm seeing if this is directional, and it really isn't. So this is going to cover your entire card base. So the easiest way I have found to do that is to take the DSP or your mat, and I just put it towards the bottom of my card. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm bending it just a little bit. And then I just take it and let it go. And that way it goes straight and even on your whole card base. Okay. Now I am going to pull out my little embossing machine because I want to show you this die cut here. So let me grab my little machine and my plates. Okay, have this. And then I'm looking for my dies. If you can see me like looking around going, what did I do with my dies? They're right here. Okay, so this die that we're going to use, we are using the heart cluster. Okay, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 tiny little hearts and 2 other hearts. One's bigger, one's medium. Now, you can definitely use this die as hearts, but it's perfect to make a die cut to get that little spot like I do here out of your paper. So I'm going to take my plates. So I don't have my right plates. I have 1 and 2, and I need another 2. Okay. Let me set that as a side. So what you're going to do, let's open this here. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I make it look easy. It's called a lot of practice. And trust me, I can still get it crooked. Okay, so we're going to put our piece of our perennial postage die, DSP. And now I wanted this in the upper right corner. So I have that there. Then I'm going to take my other plate, I'm going to put it over the top and make my sandwich to put it through my machine. We're just going to run this through here. Okay. Now, I'm going to set my little machine aside. This, I am going to keep the hearts. Now, you don't need to keep the, if you don't want to, they are itty bitty, but I am going to keep them and use them as embellishments because I really liked how the DSP was, those hearts, to go on this heart. And then as you can see, I do have white ones, but that's because you can cut on, your white scrap paper to get a couple little, or you could just use your loose embellishments. But do you see what I mean by how little these hearts are? Can you see that? Look how little that is. super little. But with your take your pick tool, it is a lot easier to pick them up, you know. So you could use your tweezers, whatever. And I'm going to just leave these in my die so that I can pick them up easier when I use them for my card. So let's put this aside. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to glue this onto our basic white mat. And now I did run out of seal, so I'm just going to grab my liquid glue. I'm just going to put some on here. Just like so. Close that up. Okay. Now, you're just going to want to make sure you have even margin for sure at the top, the left, and the right. Because on this card, the bottom is going to be covered up with the heart and the sentiment. Okay, we're just going to give that a little rub. Make sure the glue's all stuck down. And we're going to add some more liquid glue. And we're going to put this on our card base. Just like so. And I'm just centering it. Eyeballing it. I'm not measuring. I'm just making sure that it's semi-straight and somewhat in the middle. Okay, so we have that. Then we're going to take our basic white cardstock strip and we are going to stamp the word sending you. And then you can stamp the inside with like sending you, I think love. There's a lot of different things that you could put on there. So with our Flirty Flamingo, I already have this loaded up. And this is the stamp right here. It says sending you. And we're going to ink this up with our Flirty Flamingo ink. And now I want this to be more to the right and in the center of the strip. I'll just pull that down a little bit. But I am leaving some space at the right to banner cut the sentiment tag. Okay. And there we have our sentiment, and it's crooked, so I'm going to turn it over. Okay, let's try that again. I wonder if I have my crooked on my block, maybe. Okay, let's try this again. Do, do, do. Much better, much better. I like that. Okay, let's close this up, and then I'm going to grab my snips. And I am going to banner cut the end. If you have the banner punch, by all means, go ahead and use it. But what you do is you just go in the middle and make a cut like that. And then you go on one of the sides at an angle. You put your blade at the corner and then you go up to the end of where your first cut was. And now you're going to flip it over. Look at that, same thing on back. And you're going to do the same thing. This way, you will get an even banner. Okay, so we're going to put that right here on our card. And we are going to add this with dimensionals. Just like this. I'm going to peel those backings off. Okay, and we are going to put this on the right side of the card, but we want a little bit of the banner to go off the side of the mat. But I still want a little bit here. Okay, so you're going to do that. Then you're going to take your tag And I am going to take my basic white twine and I am going to loop it through from the back like you would if you were adding string to a tag. I doubled it up, I came through the back, and once I'm through the back, then I'm just going to grab that through the loop and make like a little tag thing. I don't know what you call that. And then I'm going to snip this off. It's just easier for me to do this now instead of when it's attached to the card. So I'm just going to place this here to see, you could go straight. You could go kitty corner, and I'm going to go straight, just like that. Okay, but I am only going to put dimensionals on this side of my heart, and I'm just going to use 2. Okay, and I'm going to take those backings off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of glue. I'm going to place this back on here, but I'm not going to set it down because I took my backings off, but I just kind of going to look, see where, because I don't want glue on the bottom of the heart or that top part. I just want a little bit right through here. Okay, and then we're going to take it and we are going to set it down just like this. And I'm rubbing right here because that's where I put that liquid glue. Okay, so now we have our heart attached. And then what I did when I made this card, designed this card, I used the hearts from the die cut, and I used some of these embellishments. And now I did use the white cutouts, but I think I'm going to use the white hearts from this time around. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put right here on the heart. And I'm going to put the biggest heart that cut out right there. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to just kind of eyeball. I'm going to put some glue right here, a little dot of glue, and then I'm going to pick the other heart up, and I think I have glue on my fingers that worked. And I am going to twist him around so he's on there straight. Okay. Then we're going to take one of our white rubbery hearts, and we're going to put it right here. I think I'm going to get my pick tool here. Okay, we're going to just place that there, and then I always like to take my other finger and go like that. Okay, we're going to put a little dot of glue in the center of our heart, the bigger of the cutout, and we're going to grab one of our envelopes. I love these. These are so cute. We're going to put that right in the center of our heart, just like that. Now I'm going to take another white heart, maybe, and we're going to put one there. And like I said, if you do use the die cut, again, you will have the smaller white, but I decided you could use these. There's so many in this container. Do that. Whoops. Came with me. Didn't want to stay stuck. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put a little bit here. Glue. I'm going to pick up the teeniest, tiniest little red one that came out. I'm going to put it right there. And please don't kill yourself with the itty bitties. Use what you'd like. If you want to use all of these, use all of these. I just was able to pick them up with my pick tool, so I felt that was okay. Okay, and there you have it. There's card number 2. And then you can do your insert. And if you'd like to do your insert, you put it in, for in there, you can take that same die and cut in the corner right here, and that will look so cute because it would have the flirty flamingo showing through. And then this says sending you, and you could definitely stamp the word love because love is in this set. And this one I think I did the inside, but I didn't cut the hearts. Yeah, I did a love with real red, and I did the striped flirty flamingo striped heart. Okay, so there is card number 2. I hope you guys like that one. I know I do. I'm going to put this die back on my sheet so I don't lose it. Okay, so card number 3. So do you guys make a lot of Valentines and send them out? I love Valentine's Day. I love Charlie Brown's Valentines. I love that. I love love. So I'm going to take a little sip of coffee here. Thanks, Lori. Okay, so this one is a fun fold. It is not a hard one. Once you see it made, and I'm pretty sure this is a pretty basic one, so you've probably made this one before. Okay. So this is what we're making. This is everything that you'll receive in your kit, minus the die cuts, because you should have the dies with the Endless Love bundle. Okay, so you are going to receive a piece of basic white for your card base that has already been cut and scored for you. As you can see, the score line, it's not your typical, I don't know if you can see that. It's not in your typical spot. So you have that. Then you'll have your other card base, your small card. So you'll have your big card and your little card that will be cut and scored for you. You'll have a piece of basic white for stamping and die cutting. You'll have a piece of DSP for the inside of your big card. Then you'll have another piece of the same design that's cut for your flap of your big card. Okay. And you'll receive a piece of DSP that will be a different design than this. And I mean, it's the coordinating from the back. So you could swap them around. And this will go on your front of your small card. And this is to die cut the XOXO, the hugs and kisses. So you have a piece of real red and a piece of flirty flamingo and a piece of basic white twine. Okay, let's get my pieces out of the way so I don't lose them. All right, first thing we're going to do. Okay, so this is your card base, and you're going to fold it, and you can see it's just, the fold is right there. And we are going to burnish it. Just like that. I'm going to go on the other side and give it a good snap. Debbie, you don't send cards out for Valentine's. Lori said she sends a few. I send probably about 40, I think, something like that. I send to Stampin' Friends and my family and friends. Okay, so we are going to first work on the big card. So we are going to take our DSP mat, and we're going to add adhesive, and we are going to put that on the inside. And we're going to center that so it has equal margins all the way around. Okay, now we're going to take our flap, because this is your front of your card, and we're going to take that cord, that matching DSP, and you're going to add adhesive, seal or liquid glue, it does not matter, and you're going to put that right on the flap. Same thing, equal margins all the way around. Okay, now you're going to take your small card and you're going to fold it in half. You're going to burnish it, but the only thing that's different is it does not open on the left. It's going to open on the right, and it's going to go in the middle. So it will be like this and like this. But before we do that, I am going to add my DSP to the front. But just make sure when you're doing that you have your fold to the right. Ask me how I know that. Okay, we're going to take our liquid glue. And we are going to add this to the front of our little card. So you're getting 2 cards in one. Okay, so we have this. Now I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put adhesive on the back. Again, either seal or liquid glue is fine. And I am going to flip this over, and I am just going to take it and I am going to center it with the closed end of my card to the right. The open is on the left. And we're going to center that as best we can. And I'm going to open it up so that I can flatten it, push the glue down. And then this is how your card will go. All right, so I am going to stamp my hearts in Flirty Flamingo and Real Red. And I love this this heart. This also has the die, but no, this doesn't have the die. Never mind. Don't listen to me. So I'm going to do one in Flirty Flamingo. I love that. Isn't that cool? I'm going to do one in Real Red. I'm going to clean my stamp off because we used it in Flirty Flamingo. And we'll do Real Red. And we're going to stamp that right below it. And then I am going to stamp the word Hugs and Kisses, because I already have out my my ink. And let's see where my Hugs and Kisses is. Oh, it's right here. I already pulled it out. And we're going to ink this up in Real Red. Lori said she thinks she sends out about 20 cards. Yes, Lori, I do like this one fold. And now I'm just going to go to the bottom middle of my piece of basic white. You could definitely do it on the piece you just stamped on. And I'm going to put that at the bottom. And we will cut that in a bit. I am going to clean this off. And let's close these up. And then we are going to cut out our hearts. Let's see, put this aside. This aside. Grab my little buddy. because I have my little buddy, I'm going to cut this so that it fits in there instead of pulling out the big dog. Do you guys have a mini embossing machine? I love my little mini. Okay. We are going to grab the die that coordinates with this, and the die that coordinates with this is this die right here. And you're going to put that on there. I'm going to grab some Post-it note tape, and I'm just going to line this up. And I'm going to put this on here so it doesn't move when I put it through. And we need to run this through twice because we have 2 hearts. And hopefully I did not stamp them too close, but if we did, that's okay. I hope that you guys are doing okay, because this is going to run a little bit longer because of the shaker card at the end, because we're getting close to an hour. I hope I don't lose you. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, and we are going to cut out the red one. And run that through. Don't laugh, I'm still using my Cuttlebug. Well, you know, Lori, I had a Cuttlebug too, and I actually, before I became a demonstrator anything, I purchased Stampin' Up's cut and emboss machine because my Cuttlebug was at the end of its life and you couldn't get plates or anything for it anymore, so I replaced mine. I loved my Cuttlebug. I got my Cuttlebug actually was a gift from Paul, a birthday gift. Okay, so no, I wouldn't laugh. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this scrap, and I'm going to put my die on my magnet sheet so I don't lose it. And my tape. Okay, so what I did, oh, let's cut this. Okay, I'm going to take my trimmer out, and I'm just going to trim up my sentiment, just like that. And you can use one of the banner dies. That new one would work for this. And let's banner cut this. Should we? Shall we? Okay, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off of each end. I'm going to do like how we did before, where you just snip up the middle, go to the corner with the end of your scissors where you just snipped. I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing. Corner to snip point. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to try to get that both the same. And trust me, nobody's going to notice that your banner ends do not line up. And if they do, they don't deserve your card, right? Right. All right. So there's our sentiment. It is a heavy machine. Yes, yes, they are very heavy. Mine was a Mother's Day gift from my oldest son. Oh, isn't that nice? See, look at that. So I'm going to put the Flirty Flamingo heart at the top with dimensionals. Well, the top of your little card. Okay. Just like that. And I like to use 3. Like I said before, you could definitely use 2. And we are just going to put that in the top left. Now we're going to do the same thing with the real red. Except for, let's see. We don't want one on this side, it's the other side. I have a hard time when it's mirror, like my brain doesn't work that way. We'll put one there and there. And we'll just put a little dab of glue right here. And we're going to, before we do this, I almost forgot, we are going to take and we're going to make a faux bow. And you know what? I think I need seal for this. I was trying not to have to change my seal, but I think I'm gonna have to because you have to have seal when you use a bow on your card. Liquid glue just does not work. Suppose I could use glue dots, but that gets messy too. Because then you have to use so many. Okay, so let's put our seal together, our refill, our top. All right, so now I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna run some right along the right side of the Flirty Flamingo heart. Then I'm going to take my white twine and we are going to do a double faux bow. So I am just going to lay that down, like the middle of my twine. I'm going to lay that there. Then I'm going to bring this over and make a loop, just like this. Okay. Then I'm going to take my other tail and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a loop. Okay. So there's your first part of your faux bow. Then I'm going to take the tail of this one and I'm going to, you can either do it smaller or bigger. I'm going to go bigger than my first one. And it's stuck on my fingernail, sorry. And I'm going to loop that like this. And then I'm just going to push it down into that seal. I'm going to do the same thing on this end. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, not much. And then I'm going to push it down in the center. And I'm going to now take my heart and I'm going to overlap it. I'm going to make sure my bow's out of the way. And we're going to do that. And then, you can mess around with your bow to get it the lay the way you want it. I'm going to trim off our ends like that. Then we're going to take our X's and our O's that you will die cut out of the cardstock that came. And now what I did was I put them opposite. So I put my X and my O. So I'm putting the Flirty Flamingo. I'm gluing them right down. I'm putting this in the real red heart. Now, when you die cut this X and O out, a heart cuts out of the center. Well, I decided that I wanted to keep my hearts and put them in, but I did the opposite. So here I have my Flirty Flamingo, and you're just going to want to just, eyeball that. Now I'm going to take my pick tool, and I'm going to pick my red heart up, just like this. I'm going to take a little dab of glue, a little dab will do ya. And then I am going to put this right in the center. And like before, I just like to take my other finger and I'm going to push that down. And now I'm going to take the real red die cuts and I'm put them on my Flirty Flamingo piece. And don't drop it on your card like I just did. Okay, so we're going to take that. We're going to put that there. Pick up the O. And, these are smaller pieces. You could definitely use your reverse tweezers. And that way, too, you don't get glue on your fingers. And we're just going to tuck that one right underneath there. I could have went a little bit further down with my heart. But, okay, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of glue. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. And I am going to, I have my heart going the wrong way. Okay, then we're going to take and we're going to put that right in here. And we're going to take our hugs and kisses and we are going to put that right here. So I am going to put a dimensional on each end. Okay, I'm going to peel these off of here. And we are going to put that right like, make sure I have my ribbon picked up a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to take those little white hearts from here, and I'm going to put a dot of glue here. Let's see, a dot of glue here, and a dot of glue up here. I'm going to take my tool, and I'm going to pick up my hearts, just like that. And don't lift your finger off right away. Got to give it just a second to stick. The best way is to just take your putty end of your pick tool and stick it right in your little jar of bits. Okay, just look for another white, and another white, and we're going to stick it right on there. And there's card number 3. What do you guys think? So you have that, and then obviously you decorate the inside, put a piece of DSP down here, stamp your sentiment on the inside, and that's a really cute way for a fun fold. And it's easy. It's not too hard. It doesn't take up too much of supply. So there we have it. So now let's move on to card number 4, our frameless shaker card. What does my sweatshirt say? My sweatshirt says, Happy Stamper, Incredible Crafters. This is a team sweatshirt for the team that I'm on, Melissa Fo's stamping team. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Lori. I love, love, love my sweatshirt. Okay, so frameless shaker card. Okay, so we're at an hour. I apologize. This really looks like it's like, oh my goodness, but it's really not hard once you see it, how it's done. It's like, oh geez. Okay, so in your kit, you will receive a clear, I hope you can see this. This is a clear envelope that Stampin' Up! Sells. You'll need one of those. It will be in your kit. I will include that. You'll receive a piece of basic white thick cardstock that will be cut and scored. You'll receive a piece of designer series paper for the inside, I suppose. You'll receive a piece of basic white that's been cut with the perennial postage die. You'll receive a piece of a real red to cut your big heart and arrow. Here's the heart and arrow. You'll receive a piece of a basic white to die cut a heart and a piece of bubble bath to cut the tag heart. Now this, I've already die cut these, and this we are going to cut the tag off and use just the heart for this one. And you'll receive a piece of bubble bath thread. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, and something that you are going to need is you are going to need some Scotch tape or cellophane tape. But now I always have the invisible tape. Okay, now when I used it, I didn't like that you could kind of see that frosty look on there. It's not really a big deal, but was to me. So I did purchase clear Scotch tape. I've never owned clear. I just thought invisible was invisible. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to move all this aside. Now, like I said, be patient with me. I've only made this card one time. I should have attempted to do it again, but I didn't. So we'll see what we have. Okay, so here's your envelope. And we are going to fill it. Now, I did put quite a few shaker bits in here. You can see if you go down, there's quite a few in here. It is up to you how many you want to put in. I will include shakers pieces for you for this card. And like I said, I liked a lot at first, and I still do, but you can put more or less. Okay, so let's grab our shaker pieces. And all you're going to do is you're just going to dump some in here. And you're going to just see like how many, if that's enough or not. I think I'll do just a little bit more. Okay. So this is a very important step. Okay, yes, your envelope does seal. Okay, but trust me on this. You are going to also glue this, tape this down. You want a piece of tape that's 4¼ inches long. And if it can be a little longer, you can just trim it with your scissors. Or you can cut it with your scissors. It's like this. Okay. And it's hard. I don't know if it's hard for you guys to see on here. You're going to close the bag with the tape. And you just want to make sure that it goes from end to end. And when I was watching, and of course I didn't. Let's just add another little piece at the end. I was laughing when I was watching Patty's video because she said the first time she did this card, she forgot this step. And when she went to close her card, all of the stuff came out. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something I would do. Okay, we're just going to trim that off. So it's better to have more than less for the tape. And my scissors is not very good. Needs to be cleaned off. Okay, so here you have your shaker bits. Just like this. Okay, so you'll have your card base. This is a standard card base that's scored in the middle. What we're going to do is, for this, this is normally the top of your card. This is going to go at the bottom. Okay, well, for now but this will be the bottom of your card. So what you're going to do is we want to glue this. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Yes. Okay. So you're going to take it and you're going to line it up just like this. And you are going to peel this off, this release tape. Okay. And you're going to line that up just like so. Okay. And then you're going to fold it over. If I can get it to lay down. Okay. We are just going to fold this over. Just like this. Make sure that it's straight. That's the only thing when you're working with the cellophane, it's slippery. So just want to make sure that you have it even on both sides. And I think I did. Okay. And you push this down. Okay. So there you have your shaker. And I think I did that right. Did I do that right? Okay, hold on. Yeah, this goes at the top. And now what you're going to do is we're going to glue this shut. I'm going to flip this over. We are going to use tear and tape for the top so that everything stays stuck closed. I'm just going to put some at the top here. It's like this. And we're going to, if you take your tear and tape, if you rub across it, it's easier to peel off the backing. Just like that. going to make sure that this stays where it's supposed to stay. I believe, yes. Okay. So now we have that. Okay. Now you're going to take and you are going to seal your card shut. What? I know. You're just going to put some tear and tape across this, just like that. I'm going to make one right here. And just because, we're going to put some in the middle here. Okay. Now, like I said, you just rub these really good. You could take your bone folder and put them over. And the reason for that, like I said, is they just peel off so much easier. You could use take your pick tool and do it that way. Release your backings. That's also, if you don't have fingernails, another easy way to do it. As long as you have that good stuck down, they come off very easy. Okay, so now you're going to keep your shaker pouch to the right. Okay, so it's not, and then you're going to glue this down. Okay, just like that, and just like that. There is your shaker card. That's all it is. And then you decorate. So you have this. Oh, I know, I forgot a part. Okay, back up. Okay, I'm not gonna fix this one, but I will show. I knew I would forget this part. I'm sorry, hold on. You need a piece of window sheet for strength. I was wondering why it was flapping around so much. Oh, I tell you. You need a piece of window sheet. You will have a piece of window sheet in your kit. I promise you that. And it is cut at 4 1/4. By 5 1/2. I apologize. I am so sorry. Okay. And like I said, this is how it stays firm, like a card front, like this one. See how this right here is, can you see that? It's stiff. This one is not. Can you see the difference on that? See, it's kind of wonky. Okay. Before you seal, let me grab another envelope so you guys can see what I mean. Okay, so before you add your shaky bits, you will put your window sheet in here. Okay, so you have this. You're going to put your window sheet in here, just like this. Do not forget this part. So when you start, pretend we're at the beginning. You have your envelope. You put your window sheet in. You take your shaker pieces and you pour them in, just like that. Okay, and you do the same exact thing. I'm going to repeat this step so that you guys can see. You're going to take your tape and you're going to make sure you have a big enough piece. And I do have to say, I like this this clear tape instead of invisible. I just always thought invisible. Okay, except for now I'm stuck on it. And you're going to glue or tape this shut just like this. Okay, and you're going to trim off your edges. You could measure 4 1/4 so you don't accidentally cut your bag apart. And then you're going to cut this side. Okay, so there you have, and now you can see what I mean by, see, this one is is stiff. This one is flimsy. And because I already have that glued shut. And then you would take it, same exact way that I showed how to do this. It's the same identical. The only difference is this has the window sheet in it that stays. I wonder if I have another. Let me just quick cut another one. I'd feel much better that this will be in the video. So let's cut another card base, the thick basic white. I'm going to just cut it at 4 1/4. Okay, and you're going to score it at 5 1/2. Just like this. Okay. So now that we have our pouch with our window sheet, we're going to score. Oh, we scored this. We're going to fold and we're going to burnish this. Thanks, Lori. Thanks for understanding. Okay. And we're going to, you want the open at the top. And you're just going to line that up. Oh yeah, it's so much easier with the window sheet in there. You're going to take your release tape. Okay. Like I said, oh yeah, so much easier. Oh my gosh, no wonder why I was struggling. And you're just going to fold that over just like that. So now you have this pouch. Okay. And I have that glued shut so nothing comes out. Now we're going to flip this over and we are going to put tear and tape at the top. Boy, I can't believe I forgot that window sheet. And you know why? Because I didn't put it in my kit. Okay, let's see. We got this. Put some there. And we're going to peel these off. Just like this. I am so glad I remembered that, you guys. So glad. Okay. And we are going to flip this over. Just like this. And now we're going to, like we did on the last one, we are going to add our tear and tape to the inside of our card. It feels so weird to glue your card shut. Oh, God. Okay. And now we'll put one here. And here we're going to put this aside. And we are going to smooth these out. Lift our backings off. Like this. And just like this. I didn't get that one rubbed down real good. Okay. There. Now we have it. Just like that. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't folding right. See, now it's like a card. Stiffer like a card front. There's your frameless. See how that one's kind of wimpy? This one's not wimpy. All right. This is for die cutting. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take and lift your pouch, your frameless shaker. We're going to add our DSP to the inside of our card. And this again covers the whole card base. So again, I just put this down, line it up at the bottom, and I have it bent just a little bit. Can you see how I have that bent? And then I just lay it down. Next, we're going to take our perennial postage, and you can see that we have stamped Happy Valentine's Day. So I am going to grab my stamps. I have Valentine's Day and happy. So on the happy and the day, we're going to stamp that in Memento Black ink. And first I'm going to stamp happy. And I'm just going to kind of go in the middle. So there we have happy. And then I'm going to take real red. And I'm going to stamp the word Valentine's. I love the different fonts. I've always liked the print and then the cursive. I love that. Okay. I'm going to stamp the word Valentine's. And then we are going to stamp day in the tuxedo black. And we're just going to center that. I like that look. And I like the black with the red because the shaker little bits, the envelopes have the black on there, so I like that. Okay, we're going to take our seal. I've got this tape everywhere. We're going to add that onto the back. Okay, and we are going to center that right here. Bring this down. And see, there's your shaker. I could just sit and shake that. I just love it. Love, love, love it. Makes me so happy. Okay, now we're going to add our heart. We're going to put that right in the middle. And I am going to, how did I hear this? Just with seal. Okay, we're just going to put a little bit of seal on there. We'll put our cute heart right in the middle. That. Okay, and we're going to take our bubble bath heart and we're going to cut this little tag off. And now the easiest way is it's like fussy cutting. You're going to move the heart, not the scissors. Okay? So now we're going to just take it and it just follows the shape of the heart. And to be honest, I don't even know if you can tell the difference. Well, maybe a little. I didn't go down far enough. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of glue to our bubble bath. Just like that. And we're going to take our white dye and we are going to put a little bit, just a few dabs. I'm not going to put any, I'm just going to put the glue on where there'll be paper, not cellophane. Because I just didn't want that to show through. I don't know if that makes sense. A little bit dab here. And we'll go a little further down. Okay. And now we're going to take it. And we're just going to go like this. And then I am going to put dimensionals. I'm going to use little mini dimensionals on my arrow. And I'm sure I have mini dimensionals pulled out, but let's just grab these. I know where they are. Put one there, and we're going to put one on the tip of the arrow. Peel these off. Okay. And we're going to put our arrow right here, just like this. Then we're going to take our bow, and we're going to make a bow with our pretty ribbon. I like this faux linen because normally when you have skinny ribbon like this, I don't know if you guys will know what I'm talking about, but you know, normally it's like shiny and slippery, but this is faux linen, is really easy to work with. Now that I'm sitting here struggling making a bow. And we're just going to take a glue dot. And like Melissa would say, we're going to put the knot on the dot. And I am just going to put it where the white and the pink meet. I'm going to trim our edges off. And voila! And this will fit in a white envelope. There is your frameless shaker card. And like I said, you could write on the back if you wanted to, but because this, if you just stayed within right here, if you didn't want it to show, but I would probably write on the back. So what do you guys think of the frameless shaker card? I just love it. I love, love, love it. So let's bring all our cards back. If I can find them. I make such a mess when I do these. I just throw stuff everywhere. I've got to learn to not be so messy. Okay, so we had our fun fold. And we had this card. And our shaker cards. And our today and always. So this is the Endless Love class to go. Thanks, Debbie. I hope you guys enjoy this. I would love to know if you are going to try the shakerless, no, frameless shaker card. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. You can go to expressionsbylish.com, and that on there you'll find exactly where you need to go to reach out to me. You can send me a message on Facebook Messenger. But this is the Endless Love class to go. Place a $50 order or more in my online store, and you will receive this card kit as a free gift from me. So yeah, you'll get everything that's included in the kits, and you'll receive the little shaker bits. Debbie, yeah, oh, yes, I will try it. It really, I don't know about you guys, but when I first saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, how the heck does this go together? And once I saw it, I was like, yeah. And now you guys know I only made it one time, and look I only made one mistake. So it really can't be that hard, right? All right, you guys, thanks for sticking around that extra half hour. I truly appreciate you. Have a great day, and as always, happy stamping. Bye for now.